Story tonight, 2 men were injured yesterday at the Smokin Wheels event that was held at the Guam International Raceway. One of them later died at a hospital from injuries he sustained. Here's more.
It was supposed to be a fun and thrilling weekend, but for one of the participants, life was cut short.
They were our part of our safety crew volunteers, and so that's why we're trying to find out exactly what happened.
Henry Simpson is one of the organizers for Smokin Wheels, an event that draws thousands to the Guam International Raceway for 1 weekend a year for a full array of motorsports. He was on Mornings with Patty on News Talk K57 to talk about the tragedy at their event. Guam Fire Department Fire Chief Joey Nicholas was also on with Patty this morning to explain what happened.
One of the racers flipped over, and the race officials went out there on a side-by-side. Those are those ATV equipment, and went out there, and they blocked off the vehicle so that the other cars that were coming around the track can see it, which is their normal SOP in my understanding. And unfortunately, one of the other racers didn't have enough time to avoid it and ended up swiping the side-by-side and ejecting the two officials.
Both victims were safety crew volunteers who assist with safety operations at the event. Nicholas says EMTs were already on standby for the duration of the event, given the dangers and risks involved in the sport. The crash happened around 5 p.m. yesterday. Both men landed about 5 to 6 feet away from where their vehicle was parked. Simpson says at first it appeared both victims had suffered non-life-threatening injuries.
We thought everything was okay when they left the track.
It didn't. You mean that the injuries didn't seem to be serious?
Yeah, that was the indication, and then unfortunately one of them was, it just turned out to be a fatal injury.
The fire chief says they did not contact the Guam Police Department because they believed what happened was a result of an accident.
Normally in instances like this, especially when we know what the mechanism of injury is, and there's witnesses that can, with fairly accurate accountability, can give us what's happening. And we kind of determined that there's no foul play, at least from our standpoint.
Meanwhile, the organizers of Smokin Wheels are conducting their own internal investigation in an effort to prevent accidents like this from happening in the future.
I think there was some confusion, right at the end of the event that with one of the racers as to where he was in the race and was the race over, and we're still trying to figure that out right now.
Well, of course.
GRMC spokesperson Kevin Kerrigan says the other volunteer is in stable condition in the ICU as of this afternoon.